I am so sorry.
Are we good?
We're good.
You sure?
I honestly have no idea if we're good or not. Hello, people, and welcome to the Audacity.
Yeah, what's new, pussycats? Welcome to the Audacity.
Oh, God. If you only knew...
Whoa.
Are those headphones actually working?
They're so loud.
They're so loud?
You want me to wear
Turn them
them?
down.
You wear them. I
Okay.
can hear everybody.
All right.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounded weird to me.
Ooh.
Did it sound weird to you?
No.
Tell us.
Wait, but now I won't know how my radio voice sounds.
Peter.
Deluxe.
Gosh. All
There
right.
we go.
Deluxe.
I'm Father Time,
And I'm Deep Prime.
and together we make magic. All right, guys. Let's introduce our first guests. Hey, stop laughing. Ooh, sound's coming out of my ear, but that's fine. There it's back. Okay.
All right, do the reads.
Whoa. Wow. A grammatical error in the first sentence. Let's work through this smoothly as possible. She's from the dangerous and unknown world of Welch Third. But before that, she was somewhere in the northern United States in a place called Mars. This Martian loves talking about serious subjects. What her hilariously strange friends throw into the fans back at home, terraforming planets, and how her enchiladas actually kind of look like Mexican lasagnas. What does that even mean? Here until the world covers itself in smoke, forcing the human race to evolve into a weird creature that harvests the planet for energy, like we already do, kind of. Marina Mozak.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Woo.
Woo!
All right, and time to introduce our second guest. He's traveling back in time, back to 1985. This DeLorean-driving, telephone booth-using doctor is a master of time. Maybe even more so than Father Time.
No.
His infatuation with Stacy's mom is questionable. Why does Stacy's mom have it going on? Only he knows. His life is constantly being stolen by a devious Thomas Smith. What will Thomas steal next? Definitely not his appearance on this show. Here he is. At least we hope it's not him and not Thomas. Nick Murphy.
Hi.
That's all true. All of it.
Every word of it. It's the truth.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for being on the
here.
show. Yeah.
We love people. That's kind of why we did this. Oh, also there's Peter, but we didn't write him.
We don't introduce Peter.
We don't have to.
Well, no one introduces you two.
Well, we introduce ourselves.
We do.
That doesn't count.
That
Wait.
totally counts.
Can we introduce you two?
Oh, this has never happened
Yeah,
before.
we've never had that happen, so
But-
I mean,
I know
Okay.
I need to prepare a little bit
if you
more.
wish.
And in the left corner,
Ooh.
weighing in,
Who's left?
you are.
Our
Because
left.
we're sitting
so,
across.
yeah.
Okay,
You
so
are.
Me.
And in the left corner,
Hi.
weighing in at a whopping
Whopping.
892 pounds.
Accurate.
This guy believes that he is Morgan Freeman,
That's not true.
but he is not. He also believes that he is a time traveler, but he is not. Ladies and gentlemen, Father Time.
Hi.
A lot of
Hey.
shade there, Peter.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, I know. I throw shade to that kid a lot. And in the right corner, weighing in at a
other left
whopping
corner.
92 pounds, we have the guy from Brooklyn who went to a prep school, Andrew.
That's who you are. That is what
Yeah.
your identity is.
You just got those things.
He
Nothing
totally
else.
ignored Deep Prime, too. I don't know about
He
that.
did. I'm okay with
His
that.
name's Deep Prime.
Accurate, yeah.
Accurate. Nick, I've never met you before.
Nor I you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure
I'm
to meet
Father
you, too.
Time, as far as you know.
I don't doubt it for a second.
He's actually Chris.
Well, I mean, that all depends. I'm Christian on Sundays. Does that count?
No.
No.
Is that a pun?
Okay. It was a pun.
Wow.
It was more of a play on words.
I don't know if
than
I
a
want to
pun.
be here anymore.
It was
a punny pun.
What's the difference between a play on words and a pun?
A play on words is using the meanings, whereas a pun is using the sound.
And that's what they teach in the main educational system.
Puns?
No.
Mm.
The internet. It's all about the internet.
Reddit?
Yes.
So how was everyone's weekend? We just came off of Halloween weekend. It already feels so far away.
It is. It's like 5 days. That never happened.
It's like
Whoa.
December,
No.
right?
It's pretty much December.
Yeah.
It's December.
Like, Merry
yeah.
Christmas.
Did everyone enjoy? Like, was it a solid Halloween?
I will
Yeah,
have
that
you
was
know,
pretty good.
I was on my best behavior, and I still managed to screw up royally.
Same.
Really?
Do you have stories?
Well, long story short,
Share stories about that.
all I can really say is I have to get my suit dry cleaned.
Oh my god.
There is a story behind that you guys will never get to hear ever. Unless you want to tell the story.
Nick has to do dry cleaning.
I mean, that's as bad as it gets.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so you're not going to tell the story.
No, you're just going to sit there.
We just get
and not
that little
tell me.
teaser.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, being at Drew, I've had a lot of really fun experiences, stuff that I never could have experienced had I not gone here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's real simple. Me and a bunch of friends, we just got together, had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody threw up on my suit. I won't say who it was. It may or may not have been me.
Now, if I may, was this like a projectile vomit? Was this
What kind of vomit was it?
Yeah. Was it chunky, green, yellow? Please describe the vomit.
What did you eat beforehand? You don't have to answer that.
Was it Chipotle? I know Chipotle
It
had
has
a
to be
deal that
chip.
day.
I'm going to be honest, it was Chipotle.
There we
Wait, did you dress up as a burrito to get the Chipotle?
Not as a burrito. I was Doctor Who.
He was.
And did you get the $3 burrito? Because I was told you could only get it if you were dressed as a burrito.
That's true.
Well,
Is that really a thing? Well, I know my outfit for next year.
I know, right?
I thought you could just go in costume.
And did you get E. coli from that?
E. coli, no. Although I did just visit the Commons, so I can't really say for sure whether or
Yeah.
not I have E. coli at the moment.
You might. Honestly, you might.
What I can say for sure is I have Stockholm syndrome when it comes to the Commons, guys. It's like it hasn't made me really sick so far, but it's basically all I've got, and it hasn't hurt me so far. But I know it's not good for me on the inside. But I depend on it, and that's basically Stockholm syndrome, right?
Essentially. Marina, what did you do for Halloween?
Halloween?
Yeah.
I did not do anything. I know, right? I went to Hollow Rave,
Yeah, but
but that was like a week before. Yeah,
do
I
we
didn't
want to
do
talk
anything.
about all that stuff?
Hallow Rave?
Hollow Rave, just the fact that it's a thing
yeah,
that we
right?
do.
Why?
I won a bucket full of condoms, pretty much. Candy and condoms.
Was that?
There was
I
like
didn't know there
one
were condoms in
condom
there.
in your bucket.
There was only one. Nacho got two. That was unfair.
How
I
did
think
Nacho get to? Wow.
That was
We
that
know
was
why Nacho got
stereotyping.
more.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because Mario gets all the ladies,
It's
and
true.
Marty
Yeah.
McFly historically does not get the ladies.
It's true.
Yeah.
He's only got one.
Yeah.
Not even.
Not even.
Not even.
Not even.
Yeah, he just gets people who look like his mother to hit
Pretty
on him.
much.
Yeah.
Yep.
Specifically his mother. Yeah.
So
How
really
would that
not people
work
who
out?
look like his mother.
No, so essentially just his mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, good for
I am
you.
sorry for you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, at least he's getting something.
I don't know. The standards in Maine might be a bit different from the standards in Brooklyn. I don't know.
Well, Moose Jaw.
Moose Jaw, you're right. Andrew's from Moose Jaw. If you
Saskatchewan.
didn't know.
Moose Jaw, is that like a fictional place?
No,
it's
no,
an
it's
actual
actually-
place.
it's right next to
Do
Regina.
not get him started on it.
It's right next to
Please.
I
Regina.
thought we weren't allowed to talk about Regina.
No,
No, we're not allowed to
We're
talk
not-
about red deer.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But you just talked about Red
I
Deer.
we
know.
didn't talk about Red Deer.
We're not going to mention it again.
No.
We're not going to mention it again.
mention what?
All right, there we go.
Wait, which
Exactly.
place we're talking about? Red Deer or Regina?
No, we're breaking all the rules. We can't be
No,
doing this.
Stop.
No, we like Regina because Regina has the Pats.
Yeah.
The Regina Pats, not the Patriots.
No.
Speaking of which, Deflategate.
Screw 'em. I hate 'em. No. Boo Patriots.
Someone
Sports.
asked me, who's it easier to hate, Tom Brady, or Eli Manning? And everyone in the room immediately yelled Tom Brady.
Really?
That does not.
don't
I
do
feel like even
sports.
Giants fans dislike Eli Manning.
I mean. All
As
right.
Peter gets closer to the mic.
I don't dislike. I'm not a big fan of him anymore. But Tom Brady's just no. Just no.
But the thing is, like, Eli Manning can throw an interception, and Giants fans are going to be like, ah, crap. But the difference is, like, back to, like, the Mark Sanchez days, when he threw an interception, Jets fans were ready to crucify him.
Hello and welcome to the Sportsdacity, where we talk about all sports, especially sports involving Tom Brady.
But at the same time, though, when we look at Eli Manning, at least, we don't cheat on, like, a certain team from a certain state up in
Hey.
New England.
Call him out. Call him out.
By the name of Tom Brady and the New England Patriots.
Oh.
All right.
I don't listen to their music. I don't like indie.
If they made music,
Yeah,
it
all
would
they
not be
do is
indie.
listen to
It would all be
Dropkick
like
It would not
Murphys.
be indie.
I don't know if you'd noticed sitting there at home, but we all disappeared from the room in that split second during that silence.
Yeah.
Because that joke was just so awful.
Well, it's the caliber of the
Not
Audacity.
that I resent you for it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
How do you feel about the Dropkick Murphys, by the way? Are you part of them? Are you a member of the group?
I'll have you know that when I was in the 2nd grade, someone asked me if I was related to Eddie Murphy.
Seriously.
I think the phrase they used was, "Is Eddie Murphy your dad?"
Can you describe how you look to the audience?
Is Eddie Murphy your dad?
Honestly,
I need to know.
I can't
I
tell.
could see some resemblance.
I can see why people.
What's your opinion on making waffles in the morning?
Making waffles in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, can't do it here. Don't do it at home. So
You can make a
He's
waffle
not.
here.
He's not his son.
He's
no.
not. No, they're not related.
so not
How about
really.
KFC?
What's that movie with Eddie Murphy where he's like the robot
Madagascar.
alien thing? No. What?
Madagascar 2.
That's Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Meet Dave. How did you feel about Meet Dave?
I never saw Meet Dave, and I don't plan to. I'm not supportive of my father.
The Nutty Professor.
He hasn't been in my life.
So he
that
is your
often.
father.
I can't confirm or deny that.
I'm glad we've clarified now.
All right.
If you could speak to your father, Eddie Murphy, right now, if he were listening, what would you tell him?
Actually, is it Daniel Murphy, also of the Mets? How did you feel about his run, or is that
my
your
God.
brother?
Oh no, let's not talk
His
about
torrid pro season.
I've already expended all of my sports knowledge today.
Would you like me to pick up some slack?
No.
No.
Here's the thing: we are not a sportscast.
We are not a
I can
sportscast.
I can start dropping like major junior hockey league knowledge.
No.
but-
Yeah,
Yes.
because
Let's do that.
Can I just... I'm going to
thing
tell
to do.
everyone. We were talking about hockey for a solid 15 minutes before we even got
but
into
not
the
even the NHL.
I sustained a conversation about hockey for 15 minutes, and that's what's really impressive about this.
And I sat
mean,
there
really.
wondering if you guys were actually BSing me or not. I
No.
couldn't
a little
tell.
bit. I was
Oh well,
BSing
no, I
like
wasn't at all.
Some of that.
You don't think I know the Swedish Hockey League?
Why
I
would
know
you know
the
the
Swedish
Swedish Hockey League?
Oh no, I believe it. Like
Yeah.
the stuff you were saying with the naming.
He was serious.
Yeah, no, you
No,
know.
I actually was.
Yeah, no, I believe
There are
you.
3 components of the Canadian Hockey League: the
Oh, no, I
the
know.
WHL,
I
the
don't
QMJHL, and the OHL, which is the Ontario Hockey League. Yeah.
All right. There's 2 things I want to. Why do we care, and why do you know?
He's born
From
in-
Moose Jaw.
Yeah,
This
he's
is a
from Moose Jaw.
lifestyle.
We don't have any professional teams in Saskatchewan. We have 5 major junior hockey teams.
We have talked about
Major
Canada.
junior.
Major
We're not
junior
even.
hockey
We're not
leagues.
major.
Nasty podcast.
We're not junior. We're major junior. We don't have semi-pro. We don't even have pro.
So you're like a tween.
Yeah, basically.
They're like the tween of the team.
We enjoy watching 14 to 20-year-olds.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Good old Canada.
All in all, Halloween was really good, I'd say.
You know, I'm going to get academic for a second.
Ooh.
Who read Outliers?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, because in Outliers, it's a book that I had to read when I was a freshman, and they talk about the Canadian hockey leagues in there, and basically, like 80% of the people who are in like the major Canadian hockey leagues
Yeah.
were born in January, February, or March.
Really.
Right,
Which
because
means?
the cutoff for like the age of what age you got to be in the Canadian hockey leagues is it ends on the new year. So logically, people who were born at the beginning of the year, they're going to be bigger and more experienced at the end of the year. So so they end up getting, you know, more advantages.
Mm-hmm.
When we have something
It's crazy.
similar to that in the United States academically with November and December, because that cutoff is usually November 1st.
Yeah.
So those slightly older kids often have an advantage.
For
Academics, sports,
Yeah.
the whole 9
Yeah.
yards.
Yeah,
They're
my
just older.
kids.
yeah, no, I,
my brother, who is not Daniel Murphy, by the way.
Are you sure?
Yeah, born on October 20. Well, also because he's a sophomore in high school. That's how I'm sure.
Poor
so
kid.
time travel.
I mean,
We have
Yeah.
Marty McFly in the room.
we do.
That's true.
And, like, the actual father time, but I guess we won't.
By the way,
No,
just
you
quick
don't get any
thing.
credit for
Daniel
that.
Murphy was your birthday, April
What?
1st.
Really?
Yeah.
I am Daniel Murphy.
Yeah. But go on.
Yeah. So my brother, not Daniel Murphy, born October 25th. Like right on the cutoff. Like it made things really confusing. Also, yeah, I just realized we have like 3 time travelers in the room.
Hey!
We do.
Which doctor were you?
Matt Smith, what was he, 11th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm with-
He's a Time
I'm with
Lord,
you
I'm a
on
Time
that.
Lord. I have to know all the other Time Lords. There's
Peter
so
and I
few of
share
them.
a separate fandom.
I think that I might have been the only person on campus to wear 3 Halloween costumes.
You absolutely. No, you probably are. You probably are.
You were
had
Doc
3
Brown
different
too, but what else were
costumes.
you?
I was Doc Brown and Doctor Who
Yeah.
on the same day.
2 doctors.
And then the week before, the Hallow Rave, I just threw together a costume. See, because I got, my
Which was
hat.
fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, see, I've got my hat here. When I put it
Oh.
on backwards, I look like a really pretentious douche nozzle.
Yeah.
I can see that.
So what I did was I put on sunglasses and all black clothes, and I went as a slam poet.
By the
And I
way,
just
Oh,
told
that was good.
bad slam
I saw that.
poetry all night. In
can you
fact,
give us some slam poetry about
Drop a
pregnancy
beat.
right now?
You gotta put on your hat though. Gotta get in.
oh,
gotta
of
get in
course.
the act.
Can you give me a subject?
Time.
Oh,
I think
travel.
diners.
no.
Yes,
Time diners.
Diners.
Diner
Diners.
times.
Diners.
Time diners. Time diners. Got it. All right, give me 5 seconds.
5 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
4, 5.
Neon lights. Blink. Second hands. Tick. Time diners.
What?
Bongos.
There's no way to accurately appreciate that because there's just, oh my god,
We don't have the tools to appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no,
It was
I
way
mean-
above our
We don't.
above our species, above our minds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Someone was like, "Is that supposed to be deep?" I'm like, "No, no, hell no."
It's supposed to be art.
He needs to write for Little Bow Wow
Can we tweet it, Little Bow Wow again?
again.
Is he still alive?
He is.
He
Wait,
is.
what?
He is.
Little Bow Wow, but the thing is, he's no longer little. He's actually just Bow Wow
No,
now.
he's regular Bow Wow. He's moderately
Bow Wow,
sized.
woof
Yeah.
woof.
Yeah, he's Big Bow Wow.
I guess I might mean alive in a metaphorical sense. Like, what does he do?
I don't know. Actually, I'm kind of looking at
He probably
his Twitter
still
feed
attempts
right
to
now.
rap.
Wait, what did he rap originally? Who is this person?
Lil Bow Wow. What is he?
The greatest movie that ever was, Like Mike. Do you not recall?
That was
Love
Little
Like
Bow
Mike.
Wow.
That was
Like
Little Bow
Mike?
Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, he had a show on Nickelodeon too, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, he had a show. He lived in this house with his adopted white nerdy brother, and they had a nanny who was this pasty white old stupid woman, and it had these awful weird infographics and stuff.
Oh my
and
god.
none of you remember this.
No.
No idea.
It does sound familiar. I don't know if I've ever watched it. It's clicking a bell, ringing a bell, clicking some. I don't know. I'm just shut up now.
Yeah.
It transcends
If you go on
the
a
metaphor.
computer, you can click a bell. Click, 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 click.
I'm sorry. I was just reading
Happy information.
an Instagram
No
post
problem.
from Lil Bow Wow.
Ooh.
Oh god.
What's Lil Bow Wow up to?
All right, so I'm going to read you this caption.
Go for it.
I lead. I teach and tell my homies we can be the biggest to do it. Be sharp and be smart. This ain't a little boy game. We going places. It's time take on and accept the challenges that lie ahead. When I eat, we all do. No yes men in my crew. They can't stop what's coming. It's our time. Hashtag Young Muggle. What up? At Waxstar Jeans by at Golden Denim. He tagged his jeans company.
He has a
I mean, I
Those
really
are pretty
appreciated Jean's
fresh
company.
jeans.
Actually,
Those
yeah,
look like somebody skinned a tauntaun.
I kind of want to retweet this.
Yes.
That's
yeah,
it.
I do.
I'm-
Yeah.
I am
gonna
getting an
retweet that.
Instagram account just so I can follow Lil Bow Wow and no one else.
No, I feel like I should shout out to my jeans company
Yeah.
today because they actually fit. This is a big deal.
Do they have pockets?
I'm a girl. No, they don't have pockets.
We should start a
Do they have fake
revolution.
pockets, though?
Big
Like,
pockets for
kinda.
girls.
Big pockets for girls.
Pockets
Alright,
for
that
girls.
counts.
That's
you know,
genius.
Fake pockets count.
Big
I
pockets
can't
for
fit my
girls, yeah.
phone in
Pockets
it.
for girls.
Sponsored by Little Bow Wow.
Yeah. Can we get Lil Bow Wow to sponsor that? I feel like he should. I
Tweet
feel
at
like
him.
he would.
I feel like he doesn't have the
Tweet
money
at
to
him.
sponsor anything.
He might not. After,
Right.
with those jeans,
All of
I
his
don't know
money
about
went
that.
into the tauntaun jeans. Speaking of tauntauns, did everybody see the Japanese trailer for Star Wars: The Force Awakens?
I've not seen it yet.
Yeah, I
I've
don't
heard
hear
it's amazing
anything.
though.
Oh my god.
Is what
It's like
is it that
10
much
extra.
better?
It's 10 seconds of extra footage
Oh
I
my
can't
god!
wait.
and more dialogue.
Oh my
just
God.
slightly more dialogue.
That's
I'm gonna be
basically
sitting in
like
my
a
room
whole movie.
screaming.
It is.
Well, wait, is it all in Japanese or
No,
Is
they're just Japanese subtitles. It's in English.
that is awesome.
I love
I'm ready.
that.
Can we
Have
wait?
you-
Can we watch that right now? Can we get that up on
That
the
definitely
computer?
seems like a copyright infringement.
No, we can't. I mean, well,
We might be
no,
stricken
we're
already,
fine.
honestly.
No, we can do
Copyright,
Oh, you
Lucasfilm,
can?
Yeah,
LTD,
we can.
Walt
I
Disney
mean-
Company. Boom, we're good to go. All right, play it.
Yeah,
I don't know
mean,
about that.
Honestly, I skipped it because I don't speak Japanese. But now that I've heard this revelation,
that. You're gonna have to watch it.
You want me to honestly pull this up right now?
I will pull it up if
Absolutely,
you
we
don't.
do.
Live commentary.
Peter and I
Yes,
are
I
ready
will.
for this.
Okay, so
I guess
What
we're
a
actually
scene
going to
coach.
do this.
I
we're gonna
prepared
turn
my
on.
whole life for
We're
this
going-
movie.
All right, so we're gonna turn that right there.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
And
I mean,
we'll
you
use-
did play Jar Jar Binks at the beginning. So
We did.
It's kind of
Yeah.
We do not speak of that name.
All right.
Now, have you seen?
I think you mean Darth Jar Jar.
Have you seen the original 6 trailer as like in the form of the Force Awakens trailer? Because that was pretty good too.
I
I
have
didn't
not.
see that.
It was
I have not.
very much
But-
more dramatic than the original 6 actually are.
Let's
So I've got one condition. We have to talk all the way through it. You can't actually enjoy it.
I'm so ready. Wait, yeah, we have to be able to see it
We
over
can't
here.
actually see it, so we're just going to have
Can
to
we, like, get
interpret
up
from
and
their
watch it?
interpretation.
I've already seen it, so I'm
All
okay.
right, are we getting up?
Do you want to put it over here?
Yeah, let's put
Yeah,
it
just put
here
it
so
over
we
here.
can see.
Can you do that? Is it long enough? Oh,
This
I'm
is
sorry.
so much more complicated than anyone not watching knows.
All right.
All right.
Go ahead and.
I
Press
think we
it.
should be good. Can you
All
guys
right, let's
see?
make
All
this
right, you
happen.
gotta tilt the screen
I
down a
can't
little
see
bit.
it. So
Hang on, chill. All right, you good?
as we set up.
All right, let's go. We're set up now.
Oh God,
I'm ready for this.
is this good?
All right,
This is good.
it's starting.
Ooh.
Ooh, sand.
All this new
Live
footage.
commentary.
I'm so ready.
Why?
Who are
You
you?
can't hear this. All right, that's the
I'm
same.
no one.
Same.
Speak. What do you see?
Lucasfilm LTD. Oh my God!
The sun.
That almost looks like
Where do you
kind of
come
a
from?
robot, but it's not.
That roly robot's pretty
I know
neat.
all
I'm
about
ready for that.
waiting.
You mean
BB-8.
Yep.
For my family.
I thought it was funny. It was like the Death Star and R2D2. I was like, "Are you sure we should do this?" We're saying, it's like, just ram it in my port.
That's so good.
See, I don't like this whole like 3 lightsaber thing. I feel like you'd burn your hand.
Well, no.
People
see,
have explained the cross guard. You're not.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Are you not
Is
gonna?
it effective?
Fine.
It is effective.
Is it?
Yes.
Like I assume they have a.
Well, he's already got
loophole,
like a
but,
foo-foo lightsaber anyway. It's
But it just
unstable.
seems excessive.
Like it's the Samuel L. Jackson technique. You know, they've got to make it
There are stories about what
unique.
Oh yeah, you have to know that guy's important.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll tell the Sam Jackson story
well,
right
it's a-
after this.
Well, it's a girl, right? It's Gwendolyn Christie.
Oh my god,
No,
Harrison
Captain
Ford.
Phasma, the
Love that guy.
the
So
plated
ready.
Oh my God.
stormtrooper is Gwendolyn Christie.
Ooh, Chewie.
Wow, Chewie looks so much more CGI'd. I just
Ooh.
kind of expected him to still be a guy in a suit.
You know,
still is. It's
Chewie's
still
like
Peter Mayhew.
260.
It really is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a better suit.
Might be a better suit.
I know. Here's my thing. Chewie's 260 years old,
Is it
and
really?
he has yet to gray.
And
How is
that's
he not
weird
graying
because
yet?
it's canon to gray because in the second of the newer trilogy, they have gray hair. So like it's weird that
Really?
he's not graying it. Yeah.
See, I thought he
the
was
general
a little
definitely
like
had
darker,
gray
more
hair.
like full in hair in the second episode. But
Well,
He has a really good
Yeah.
stylist.
yeah.
Yeah,
He does,
just
yeah.
has a good dye job.
I mean, really.
That is a complete dye job. He
Yeah.
bathes in dye. That's not good for your hair, man.
Two stories though. The first one being, does everybody know the story of Sam Jackson getting his job in Star Wars?
Didn't he insist on the lightsaber?
He did.
Yeah.
He insisted
What?
on two things. Sam Jackson insisted that one, he has a purple lightsaber,
Oh, word.
so that he was different. Because you
Plus
know,
he's Samuel L.
I mean,
Jackson.
aside from being
Come
aside
on.
from already being different because he was the one black guy,
And of
Which
course
was
they're gonna,
awesome.
and of course they're going to give the black guy the grape lightsaber.
Jesus.
Oh.
So yeah, aside
Connections.
from the grape lightsaber, he insisted that he did not die like a bitch.
He
How did he die
did
again?
not die as a bitch.
No.
I mean,
He
no. I
he
think
got
went out
thrown
with
out a
style.
window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like massive style points.
And then
All
another
he
story.
needed was a bucket of KFC and
Oh my god!
Okay, I was
Peter,
trying to,
get out of this room.
I was trying to keep it light with the grape comment, but I
but
think
Peter's
that's
gonna
pushing
go
it.
all
All right,
Peter is
Peter's
going
got to
to
go to
go.
class now.
in all seriousness, I do need to go to class.
Get out of here, Peter.
Did you
I got-
study
No.
for your quiz? Wow.
I have not studied.
No.
I know what effect size and a confidence interval is. So
Leave.
Yeah. And in the other storyline that's no longer canon, Chewbacca was killed by a moon.
A moon.
Like a whole moon?
Yeah, he got crushed by a moon.
How do you get
I thought
crushed by a
Between what
moon?
and what?
You'd
Like the
think that
moon
you'd
and
like see it coming though.
I thought,
It's a really
you'd think
stupid
that.
storyline.
I thought he
Back
was killed in an honor fight.
no,
His cousin-
no,
Or did I get mixed up?
no, he actually died. He was crushed by a moon. Like it was during the Yuuzhan Vong War, which is like this old like storyline that isn't even counted now. It's not canon anymore. And they deactivated the gravitational pull, or they reversed the gravitational pull so that the planet started pulling the moon in even more.
Wait, that's what it does already, right?
But like, they increased the gravitational pull so that it was pulling even stronger.
Not to get ridiculous here, but you wouldn't have to decrease the gravitational pull to do that.
I said increase. That's what I said.
No, you wouldn't have to change the gravitational pull. It would be about the velocity and the mass of the moon. So if you slow the moon down, then it'll crash.
Yeah.
Well,
have you taken physics, AP physics?
Well, you know what?
Of course.
I wasn't the one that wrote for Star Wars.
They got it wrong.
I'm just saying, that was a dumb plot line.
But yeah, he gets crushed by the moon. Like, they can only like take so many like refugees in the Millennium Falcon, and for some reason they left him behind. So like the final shot is like, picture like Platoon when what's his name is getting shot in the back. Who's the guy that gets shot in Platoon?
I have absolutely
no idea what Platoon is.
Sorry.
All right, so if you've ever seen the poster for Platoon with the guy like with his arms out,
Bye, Peter.
that's
Bye.
like that's
Peter.
Chewbacca's
Peter.
death, like just staring up at the moon with his arms like stretched out, just going.
Wait, but like, why would he not be the one to come with them? He's like the last of a species.
No, he's not. There are plenty of Wookiees. He had a son. He had a son, Lobaka, who was also a Jedi, and that's where like, he had a son that was a Jedi, and George Lucas got on that shit and was like, no more Wookiee Jedi.
I think
This
I
is
just saw
stupid.
Peter's
No more
dad,
Wookiee Jedi.
Thomas, in the booth.
Dude, he's been like flailing and doing
Thomas
stuff the whole
has
time.
just been being Thomas in the
riding
booth.
us with
Oh god,
entertainment.
Peter's in there
So
now.
Lobaka is no longer a thing anymore.
It is Fight Club in there.
Thankfully.
Low Baka.
It's probably for the best.
God. Can you imagine that on the big screen? That'd be great. Low Baka.
I'm just waiting for everyone to become a Jedi in this next movie.
I want to be
What's
a Jedi.
our opinion on the Clone Wars TV series?
I stopped watching after
I
a
never
while.
watched
Because like there was the 2D one and the 3D one. The 2D,
one was good.
movie
my
was
joint.
good. Yeah.
You know?
That was the one that came out right before Revenge of the Sith, and that was like such a good like precursor.
Yeah, you got to see Mace Windu kick some ass.
Yeah, I
it's
loved
like
that.
Fist of like Fury
so
shit.
Much.
Even like the ARC troopers, like that what they had with Grievous,
Yes.
the Jedi like Grievous
So
battle.
much.
Oh my god.
And then they like brought Darth Maul back to life for the second Clone Wars series for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Why? Who
I
thought
don't
that was a
know.
good idea? There
But-
are only 2 Sith.
Yeah.
But the funny thing being, my brother, not Daniel Murphy,
Yeah.
not a huge Star Wars fan, but he
Uh-huh.
loved the Clone Wars.
Really?
The second one.
Really?
Yeah, he just, like...
Wait, really?
Like, he knew of Star Wars, but he had never actually seen the movies. So, the protagonist of the Clone Wars being Anakin Skywalker, this mofo literally didn't know that Anakin Skywalker would later be Darth Vader.
Oh, that must have been
no.
incredible for him.
I
That-
don't think that's
that
a
was-
real Star Wars fan, though.
that was-
I
no.
think that, if anything, that's an anti-Star Wars
But
fan.
that's just it. He's not a Star Wars fan. He knew of Star Wars, and he enjoyed watching the show on Cartoon Network, but he's not a Star Wars fan. And it was devastating for him.
You know what bothers
And
me now?
hilarious when he found out that the guy he was rooting for was literally one of the most evil antagonists in movie history.
Yeah, he kills kids.
He does kill kids.
Many.
He does.
He kills a lot of
A
kids.
lot of them, yeah.
Oh my god.
That scene is just disturbing.
That whole movie's
kinda
real messed up.
Anyway,
I like the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's like well done, and it kind of redeems the 2 before it, but it's messed up.
I feel like Anakin was just so whiny the entire time. It didn't redeem
Yeah.
it enough for me. Not enough.
Well, I mean, nothing can redeem it enough for Jar Jar Binks. Like, you can't cancel that out.
Yeah. Well, we've reached the halfway mark, so we need to go on our commercial and song break.
Oh, dear
so,
I am so sorry for what is about to
This
happen to you.
this episode is provided to you by Geico Car Insurance.
Dear Lord.
Is it really?
No.
It absolutely is.
Just play the thing.
No one's giving us money.
I wish. Pay us if you want.
Sally Johnson is a real person, not an actor.
All right. Who else heard Who else heard the Weird Al version of this song before they heard the actual song?
Years
I did.
before.
I did.
Same.
Yeah.
I love this song too much.
Yeah.
Thomas is stuck outside.
I think we'll end up playing it again. To end
wanna
the
go
show.
get
But is he
door?
actually
Yeah,
stuck?
we'll play
stuck
Gangster's
outside.
Paradise in full to end the show, if you know what I mean.
Oh, really? We're not going to play another Jar Jar Binks gag?
No.
I'm disappointed.
No, please don't be. I'm sorry. That was a mistake. That should not have happened.
Yeah, I'm glad we're not going to hear any more Jar Jar Binks today. I'd be okay with never hearing any more Jar Jar Binks.
Who's Jar Jar Binks? I don't know what that is.
Exactly. That
What?
would be an ideal world.
Yeah.
But instead, we're stuck with what we're stuck with.
Oh my god.
So we've all heard the Darth Jar Jar theory, right?
Let's not ever talk
Nope,
about
I'm
this
ready.
ever.
Tell me, please.
So there is a theory on Reddit that
First.
Supreme Leader Snoke in the new Star Wars movie is Jar Jar. That Jar Jar
My
was
eyebrows
in
are
cahoots
The whole
with
time.
Palpatine the entire time.
You know, I could see that.
Because
That is
those who know the
believable to
story,
me.
but like people are also convinced that based upon certain movements by Jar Jar, that he is like a Sith. That like he's like forced, like I guess he has metachlorians. I mean, like to say the dirty word that nobody wants to say.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
midichlorians.
can he?
I don't.
It's so unclear,
I
like,
don't know.
what species can do that and cannot.
I don't know if it's really restricted, but some people are really convinced that he was in cahoots with Palpatine, or they're making a joke go a little too far. Like somebody wrote like an essay with like video proof, and they just really broke it down. And
I can
you should
get
go
on
read
board
it
with this.
sometime.
I'm ready, actually. Like, I'm in on this now.
I'm going to be so honest
Yeah.
and blunt with you right now. I don't care.
I would be so excited.
This means absolutely
It
nothing
means
to me.
everything to me.
It means nothing to me. Let's get meta about this
Like
and talk about
that's-
fandoms.
Talk about what now?
Fandoms.
Fandoms. Oh, I'm ready.
Ooh, are you ready? You want to start us off? Kick it.
All right. Let's start with.
Let's
All right.
start.
What do we have to say about the Doctor Who fandom?
I have some.
Nerds.
I'm sorry.
They're very. I mean, because I'm very much an outsider. I feel like they're very aggressive about people who don't watch Doctor
Yes.
Who.
That's not true. I'm a Time Lord. I'm a Whovian.
But it's like one of those things where it's like oh, that's a screwdriver. It's like oh, so you watch Doctor Who,
I'm.
and then you're like no, and then like oh well, get the hell out of here.
They're too intense.
Yep. My turn to be blunt. I think that because like I was the kind of person in middle school and high school who, if the lockers were big enough, I would have been pushed into one on the reg.
Aw.
Oh.
And these people are the kind of people who I would push into lockers.
That's
If I had a
Wow.
chance.
That's so
Really?
accurate,
Push me into a
though.
locker. I dare you. I love Doctor Who. It's fun.
There's a difference
Imaginative.
between
You'd have to find a
lo-
phone booth.
There's
All
a,
right.
there's a difference between loving Doctor Who and being a Whovian, though.
You're not wrong.
That's so true.
Yeah.
There's like the hardcore and the like. I've casually watched it. Like I've seen a lot of Doctor Who, but like I'm not crazy.
Okay, I keep up with it. I'm
haven't
not
watched
by no means a
anything.
Whovian.
That being said,
I've seen
I,
watched
5
Gotham.
minutes.
Oh,
that being said, I don't
meant, like-
approve of Stephen Moffat's take on the series.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like he's a bit contrived.
I mean, a lot of people just aren't fans of Stephen Moffat in general.
That is true. Except he did well with Sherlock. I'm going to say
yeah,
that.
I really enjoyed that.
I haven't
But
seen Sherlock actually.
still,
Really?
some
That's good. It's a
episodes
good-
people don't like because Stephen Moffat did it.
Yeah,
Because he's not consistent. He's just like some random bits.
pretty much. Still, Sherlock gets a 10 for me.
When's
Yes,
the
sir.
Sherlock special coming out?
I'm hearing it's taking place in the 1800s.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
How is that like? Is it going to be the same characters?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yes
Same
and
actors,
no.
same-
Same actors like playing. I mean, the same exact characters, but it's supposed to be like the actual like Arthur Conan Doyle kind
Yeah.
of
Oh,
thing.
that's cool.
That sounds like it could possibly be hilarious.
Yeah.
I think it could be great.
I mean, it's always great, so like I have faith.
Yeah.
But
Apparently, New Year's is when it's coming out.
oh, cool.
Oh, and speaking of prequels, Harry Potter prequel.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I
that's
am
interesting.
ready.
Eddie Redmayne, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yep.
Entertainment Weekly.
I haven't read
I'm
anything
excited
about
because
it.
of him, not because I know. I mean, like I've watched all the Harry Potter films. I actually didn't read the books.
Same.
And I'm not very hyped about it, but like I'm still interested enough that I watched them enough and enjoyed them enough that I'm really interested. But I'm interested in it more so because of him, and less so because of it being a precursor. Like I just like him as an actor.
Wait,
He
so
won-
what is
he
the
won-
prequel? What is the prequel about?
It's 1920s America.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, cool.
And it's
And-
the author of one of their textbooks.
Oh, that's
And it's
okay.
like how he like went about writing the textbook.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice little niche you can work with.
Yeah.
And something I found while perusing information about this movie, what J.K. Rowling wrote was that instead of saying the word Muggle in America, because they only say Muggle in the UK,
Yeah.
but in America, it's so stupid. They call Muggles, like, you're not a Muggle, you're a nomad, as in no magic.
Really?
That
no
sounds about right.
dash M-A-J.
Oh, there's a hyphen in it.
Of course there's a hyphen.
That's awful.
Why?
Because, I don't know, because Americans. It's a British author. I guess that's just how she sees Americans.
That sounds accurate.
We're
though.
Boringly
We're very-
uncreative.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
very uncreative. I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
Unless you count jazz.
Jazz is really good. But
Yeah. Well, all we made was jazz and burgers and hot dogs. That's You're welcome, world.
Even though burgers and hot dogs, I guess, originate from Germany.
Yeah, they do.
But the immigrants, they brought them here and they made them popular.
But pizza is American. We've got that.
that's true.
They were
I agree.
Italian immigrants, but it was made on our soil.
Really, the Italians can thank us for tomatoes. Think about it.
We made corn, too.
Yeah, we did.
Well, back then we called it maize.
But you see that maze?
It's also true.
That maze was us.
It's
That
really
was
all that matters.
Us. No magic.
Yeah,
That's awful.
We're just a
I
couple.
want to make a shirt with that now.
We're just a couple of nomads.
Oh, my God.
I feel
It's
like
so
we're on
awkward
too
to
much
say
of a
the-
shirt kick, though.
We could think of better names.
Anyone
start
can think
a-
of something better.
Yeah.
Let's make some ideas right now. What?
No.
What? No?
No.
No. Magicless. I don't know. Start with there. That's your
All
your
right.
foundation.
All right. Non-arc,
Non-arc.
as in like non-arcane.
Okay.
Let's call them a narc.
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 Just call them narcs.
That's actually
You're
where
really
the term
confused.
narc came from. People just kept hearing it, and they thought it meant police.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be so fun. It's the narcs. Hey, man, which one?
Hey man. What?
What?
Do you mean like the wizard? Do you mean like the non-wizards?
If
Do
you were a
mean, like, the
stoner
policeman?
wizard, that would be the worst thing.
I think
Like, the narcs are coming. Bruh. Which one?
they're coming from everywhere. I can't. It's too much.
Running with the devil. All right.
Like, I'm really hoping they get a good prequel, though, because I just feel bad for every fan base that gets a prequel. Because, I mean, like,
Yes.
Star Wars, we got, you know what, we got Hayden
don't-
Christensen. Thankfully, we got Ewan McGregor, but we got Hayden Christensen, and we got George Lucas's writing.
And you can't help but continue to feel bad for Liam Neeson and everything that went along with
Why
that.
was he in that movie?
I just feel
How
bad
did they get
for
him?
him.
in
Well, he
that?
was
Exactly.
I mean,
Why
he
was
was
Sam Jackson
fantastic
there?
in it.
He
but,
was.
like,
But you feel so bad for the poor guy.
yeah,
so
you
true.
do. He should have lasted a lot longer. So should have, like, Darth Maul was just amazing. And then,
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I love Christopher Lee, but he was not necessary whatsoever.
No.
Just wasn't Count Dooku just wasn't a good character.
Those
And then
movies-
another fan base to feel badly for Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit movies were just
I didn't like the
Why
last
did
one.
they break up that small a book into so many movies? What were they
why
putting
did they
in
use
those
so much
movies?
CGI?
Oh, God.
Well, what do you expect? They're gonna have like a real dragon?
No, but not
Yes.
the dragon. The dragon I can deal with, but it was like the orcs
One, from
Like,
what
the
I understand,
Uruk-hai
like,
looks
the
so
sky
good
was CGI
in the original
too.
ones.
Like, they went all out. They weren't just CGIing little things. It was
Yeah.
like the landscape.
I don't
didn't
even
they
know if they
just
use
animate the
stand-ins.
movie?
Like the original ones used stand-ins for like height differences, whereas with this one, I don't think they did.
Wait, are all the orcs the same height?
What-
That's just
what-
poor
what do you mean?
planning.
That's just
Are you saying like stand-ins for?
Lazy.
Well, like stand-ins for like because like the height difference between the hobbits and the like humans.
Oh, I thought you meant like stand-ins for the like big like orc army
No,
scenes
no, no.
and stuff like that.
So like what they used to do was they had like tiny people come in,
Yeah.
and stand in for the hobbits with the humans.
Yeah.
So like Viggo Mortensen wouldn't have been acting across Elijah Wood. He would have been acting across a small person dressed like Elijah Wood.
Okay.
So, and then Elijah Wood, but I think the story is that the only person that they didn't need a stand-in for when they were acting with the hobbits was Gimli, who was portrayed by John Rhys Davies, there was enough of a height difference between him and all the hobbits, who were mostly like 5'5" to like 5'7".
Yeah,
So they were already
Elijah
pretty short to
Wood-
begin with.
Elijah Wood is like my height.
Yeah, he's tiny.
I'm like a little over 5 foot.
Oh dear Lord, you're tiny.
Yeah?
No, I think he's a little taller than that.
No, I think he's actually like 5'3" or 5'4", though.
Really?
He's tiny.
No,
yeah.
he can't be that small.
No, he actually, like, we can Google this, but I'm pretty sure he's teeny tiny.
Well, the Google says 5'6".
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's still tiny.
It's still pretty small.
Yeah.
It's not
I
the
mean-
same level, though.
Yeah.
He
Like,
looks taller in
Those
Wilfred.
2 inches count.
Wilfred was such a great show.
I haven't finished it. I need to keep going with that show.
Have all of you watched Wilfred?
I've seen a bit of it.
Yeah.
I understand the appeal, definitely.
It doesn't suit everyone. I get that because like it's a very like different kind of like comedy. But I loved it beginning to end. Actually, not so much. The ending kind of fell a little flat for me.
I don't know. I petered out after season 1. I was just less invested.
The show just makes me mad every time I see it because I can't tell if he's real or not, or if everyone's stupid.
I think that's what I like about it.
No,
like,
no, isn't it supposed to be like he's just a regular dog, but Elijah Wood is the only one who sees him as the way that he's portrayed?
but like,
here's the
is he
thing.
real at all?
Essentially,
Yeah.
But it's basically like getting into like Elijah Wood's like character's like psyche and like figuring out like what the hell is wrong, whether or
now-
not it's something
Yeah.
like whether or not he has like a mental problem or whether or not it's actually like something like supernatural, and that's like something the last season really goes into.
Well,
So-
now we're getting into like some Life of Pi territory.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, God.
God,
Now,
reading-
I'm going to be honest. I didn't notice it was Elijah Wood. I watched a whole season of that without realizing it was Elijah Wood.
Really?
Yep. That's how well I
don't
notice
believe you.
people.
He's only 34. I can't believe that.
Is he really
Yeah.
34? He looks
Another
like a
person
baby.
who's really young that I always forget is Kirsten Dunst.
Really?
Yeah,
How-
Kirsten Dunst is she's like early 30s.
I didn't
think.
like her in Spider-Man.
She's 33. So that's the thing. Like
Really?
the first Spider-Man was what 12 years ago or something like that,
Oh,
even
something
more.
like that.
I think it was 2001. So she was, let's see, Spider-Man. That was 2002. So 13 years ago. So she was 20 years old.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jesus.
she was also in Jumanji.
Oh my God, she's the
Yep.
she's the little girl.
Yep, she is.
Oh God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right. Jumanji was great.
yeah.
Did we all like Jumanji? If you don't, get out.
Of course, I like it.
I can't watch it anymore though, because I've seen it too many times. It's a movie that like if you
Yeah.
watch too many times, like you're just tired of seeing. Like I loved Robin Williams, but I mean you can only take so much. Oh! I came out of the closet.
Yep.
Oh! I'm being chased by look at these animals.
Have you heard his stand-up though?
Yes.
I haven't. Is it good?
It's
He's-
something else.
Yeah.
Something else.
He's crazy.
His bit on golf and his bit on the creating of genitals
Yes,
are the two
That is my favorite.
I need this in my
greatest
life now.
bits.
See, I
need
was
to see this.
specifically thinking I don't need this in my life.
Oh.
You got to listen to the
Very
genitals
opposite
bit.
responses.
It's basically like him like talking about like how like the penis and the balls were created and then the vagina and like as if there was like a planning committee
Yeah,
for them.
we came up with an idea to cover the orifice, and what was it, John? Curtains.
Curtains. Genius. I love it.
He was
Lord.
something.
What are
Yeah.
we
He was a
talking
hoot and a
about?
half.
We were talking about fandoms, weren't we?
Oh God, how did we, what?
All right. What other good fandoms are there? Like,
World of Warcraft. The Warcraft movie teaser just came out.
I know nothing
It
about
was
Warcraft.
it looked
why
pretty
would
solid.
they make a movie out of that? Why does that
Why
need a
would
Well, I mean,
movie?
it's something. There's
They have
enough
money.
lore. There's enough lore and
because-
money that.
because video game movies, they always fall flat, you know. So you figure if
Exactly.
you make enough of them,
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get better.
Maybe.
No.
Well, also
No,
the thing is
that's
like
not solid
they
logic.
haven't made too many of them, and they haven't made like very many like quality ones. Like I think the first one that was ever made was Doom, so that was not a good basis for
No.
anything. Because I mean, as much as I enjoy that film, it was not a good
Terrible.
film.
yeah, like, and the same goes for video games based on movies,
That is
like Superman 64. Anyone?
The
Okay.
Lord of the Rings video games, at least Two Towers and Return of the King, were actually pretty solid.
I like Two Towers.
And on top
You know
of that,
what else is solid?
go for it.
Lego Star Wars.
All
That
the
is
Lego
a
games
solid
are
video
good.
game. Yeah.
All of them are good.
I haven't played a lot of them because now it bothers me because I was used to the old Lego like format for games where there wasn't dialogue.
Oh, there's
And like
dialogue now?
my mind was like set to that. Now they added dialogue and I can't play them because like you just see like these little Lego mouths moving and I'm just thinking where's like the usual
That's what I remember. I haven't played these games since, God knows when.
They look nice now.
Yeah.
The major complaint about the Warcraft trailer is that everything looks too CGI, things look too green screen. So people are hoping, because BlizzCon is this weekend.
Yeah.
So people are hoping that they'll release more information about it, that they'll fix up the stuff before the movie's actually
But they
released.
went really practical, though, too. So that's the thing. If people are complaining about CGI, at the same time, I think the orc or whatever that they have was also largely practical as well. They sculpted a model for him and everything.
You can only go so far. It's like what? You expect real dragons? You expect real, giant dire wolves?
Yes.
I do.
I will take nothing less. Winter is coming.
That's another Game of Thrones does
Game of
really
Thrones
practical.
Yes.
Oh, that fan base. I'm part of that. I'm not the crazy fan base, but
No.
I'm in that fan base that's seen the show a little too many times. And
Tell them how many times you rewatched the series, Andrew.
Well, right now I'm at 3 times, but I've seen the first season. Not in full, but I've seen the first season maybe up to episode 5 or 6 about 7 or 8 times.
One of my favorite
Why?
pastimes is introducing people to Game of Thrones.
I enjoy doing that.
And talking way too much during the first episode.
but I'm really I've done that so many times. That's why I've seen the first 5 to 6 episodes so many times because I introduce people
that's
to
more
them.
reasonable then. I get that.
But I get tired of it to an
Yeah.
extent. There's only I love Sean Bean, but there's only so much Sean Bean I can take, and there's only so much that setup.
I hate the setup so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as one character is introduced, I'm like, okay, now let me tell you about the war and Robert's Rebellion. And
Yeah.
I've been doing that. I've been doing that more and more because once you start reading the books and learning more about it, you want to tell people even more because you didn't have that information
But
when you're
you
watching
don't
it
want
the first time.
information the first time through. I just started watching Walking Dead,
Yeah.
and I was watching it with one of my friends, and now I know everything that happens in the whole series because he is just spilling spoilers everywhere, and I don't want to watch the
Well, that's
show
not good. You
anymore.
don't want spoilers. Well, the
Yeah.
thing is, you want the background for Game of Thrones
Right, you
if
want
you can
the-
get
you
it.
want the opposite
because they
of
don't
that.
they don't
I didn't
explain
want-
Robert's Rebellion though.
I didn't want the background. I just wanted to figure it out as I went.
I agree.
I'll
completely.
catch up. It's fine. Everybody else did when they first
But I'm
watched
saying
it.
you catch up, but they don't explain it, and that's the thing. If,
Well,
you could have that
if
more.
she
more
wants
of that
the
background.
explanation, she could find it
Yeah,
literally
I'll Google
anywhere.
it.
Yeah.
Well, if you Google it with Game of Thrones,
That's true. That's a slippery
Yeah.
slope. But
it
still,
is.
And the
I don't want to hear all these spoilers.
Right. Look,
I'm
but,
excited
but
for
at the
the
same
season.
time, in Game of Thrones, they barely mention Robert's Rebellion. They barely mention Rhaegar, one of the most important characters in the
yeah.
books.
the only one that really talks about him is Barristan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He only talks about him for a little bit, though, once.
yeah.
And, on top of that, like how I said, I like introducing people to it.
Yeah.
It's like you've got Viserys, who's around for a while. You've got Daenerys, who slowly turns into one of the main protagonists. And it's like you want so hard.
I'm not a fan of her.
Really?
Yeah.
I like
No,
her.
I'm not
a
rooting for her.
fan. I'm not rooting for her.
I like her progression. I don't
Yeah.
think she's that interesting.
I always rooted for Stannis. I feel like he's the guy who was doing he didn't necessarily always make the right. He doesn't always necessarily make the right decisions.
Yeah.
But he makes them for the right reasons.
Yeah.
He cares about the realm. And also, I believe he's the rightful heir to the throne
Yeah.
because he's
He
Robert's
is.
brother.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
technically is. I'm really I root for certain characters in shows. So you're probably gonna hate me when I say which character I root for in the show. And I don't root for him.
Oh,
I
to him.
I just like him a lot.
Oh,
It's gonna be good.
trust me, it'll be fine.
But it's and it's another show that overlaps as well where I like
You want
that
the Hound
kind of
to come
character.
back.
I root for Littlefinger.
Oh, I always root for
Really?
him. He's
I'm
my
with you.
favorite
Yeah.
character.
He's a fun character.
Okay, there we go. Because this is the first group of people that I've actually likes him. Because every time I say it, people are like, "Oh my God, why Littlefinger?" And it's I have the same fascination with Frank Underwood in House of Cards that I
It's
like
because
these kind
he's
of conniving politicians.
Yeah, he's the only character in the show besides Varys and Tyrion who's actually smart.
Yeah.
He's
and he
competent.
uses it to his advantage.
Well, and he actually surprises me. I can predict most things that are going to happen, and then Littlefinger out of nowhere is just
But
we're
he
doing
always has a
this.
backup plan, and that's
Yeah.
what's really cool. That the only other people that really have backup plans were as you mentioned, Tyrion and Varys, who are smart. They can have these kind of backup plans, but he always knows how to control people, and I don't think anyone controls people as well. Varys can control information,
Yeah.
and Tyrion can get information out of people. but Littlefinger can just manipulate people to such an extent that he can control a lot of stuff, and you're starting to see that buildup of power. And I think this season's going to be a great showing of like that power that he has.
Now,
Speaking of which, when does that start?
I've heard that
April?
it's going to get. I've heard that it's been pushed back to
Really?
April. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's it started off in March for a little while, like mid-March, and now it's getting pushed back further and further because
It's supposed to be around April 4th, I think.
HBO is introducing like a new series sometime, and it's going to be one of their longer running series.
Whatever.
So that's going to push it back, and that also probably means that Silicon Valley is getting pushed back.
No!
And that's going to depress me because I love Silicon Valley.
too.
all right, let me tell you who I'm rooting for in Game of Thrones that you're going to resent me for.
No, go ahead.
Jorah Mormont.
No, I'm on board with you.
Wait, who is that?
Jorah's he's got great
Jorah the Andal?
Yeah, Jorah,
Oh.
the guy who's
Sir
always,
Friendzone.
Spoiler.
Yeah, the
Sir
guy who's always
Friendzone.
like Khaleesi.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yes, I know who
Yeah,
he
Jorah.
is.
I'm
Oh, good
backing
old
you up on
Jorah.
that. He's cool.
Yeah.
Like he's like Stannis. Like he does crappy things, but he does them because he loves Daenerys.
But here's
and
the
he cares
sad
about
thing.
Yeah.
I don't like Daenerys, but I like the people who follow her.
That's true. No, I
Yeah.
agree.
I like Barristan,
her
I like
whole,
Jorah.
I like her whole area. Like the separate world that is like following her and like all that. I love. It's just her I don't like.
I'm not that
because
interested by Essos.
She's got.
It's because she's a kid, you know. Like she makes rash decisions. She's literally a child.
She's not layered enough. She's only got like, I've got to do the right thing because it is the right thing. She doesn't have like the history to support it.
It's like if Barristan already hasn't told her this, then someone's got to go up to her and like, look, just because you have dragons doesn't mean you're the rightful ruler of Westeros.
Right.
Yeah, she invaded. Well, her family invaded, technically. So
Yeah, they invaded and they had dragons, but they didn't win because of the dragons. They won because
They invaded.
they were them.
yeah.
Yeah.
They also had a lot bigger of an army
Oh yeah.
right now.
I mean, you know.
But no spoilers for the season, but I think her army's going to get a lot bigger. For those of us that know how last season ended,
Yeah.
that army's going to get bigger. I think it's going to get bigger. That there's no only room to grow at this point.
Oh yeah.
They left you feeling a little bad last season. Like I feel like last season was like really the season to make you feel bad with that finale. Like the last one was like really hopeful, and this one is just like, all right, we're gonna shit on everything.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like the first time that I really left a season going, well, I guess that's it. Like that. Okay. All right then.
That's why I rewatched the series, because I was like at that point where I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen, so I might as well just
There
That's
really
the only
is.
thing to
watch
do.
everyone I care about and watch them disappear.
It's
Slowly.
tough because the season ended and the book hasn't come out yet after that. So the series is going to jump ahead. So there is no hint at all. Of
I
what
also
could
feel like
happen.
there's so much stuff they didn't cover.
Yeah,
from
there
the
are a lot
fifth
of
book,
plot lines.
from the fifth book that didn't make it into season 5. So I
Yeah.
almost kind of thought maybe they'll just like split book 5 into season 5 and season 6. But
Which is a reasonable thing to do.
right. But then season 5 ended, and I'm like, well, I guess they're not going to do that.
The problem with the show format now is, though, they were starting to fast track the story for a little bit, so they sped through a couple books, and they did that because originally Game of Thrones was going to be capped at 8 seasons, so we just finished the 5th one, so that would have meant 3 more. Or I think it was either 7 or 8 seasons. Now they said, oh yeah, we can go up to 10 or more.
Well, Bran is going to have a mustache and a beard by the time they
He
get
will.
that.
That's the problem, because I mean,
Yeah, was
For
he
the
in
actors-
the fifth book? Because it was bizarre having
no.
him not in the movie.
Yeah, no,
Or in the
no,
show.
no Bran, no Hodor.
well, the
Yeah.
thing was
Yeah.
they ended his storyline. They ended his storyline on the show where his story got to in the book. So they moved his storyline really quickly, and then they had to slow down because they can only get so far.
I'm really rooting for Bran in a weird way. He's kind of like the most underdog of the underdogs because
He's not even
that
an
important.
underdog. Like he's got, well, again, I don't want to spoil anything,
Right.
but he's got potential.
He does.
I don't know, like
just
as
like to
someone
see
who
it.
doesn't know any of the book or anything like that, like I feel like I've really lost track of him because we didn't see him at all last
Yeah.
season. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, right, he's a character. That'll happen again, I guess, maybe.
I hope so.
And, like I was really into the Three-Eyed Raven and all that, and it's just like, oh well, that's gone.
Yep.
One thing that's going to bother me, though, because we're going to see more of them this season, because we know it's going to be an intense season with this storyline. Not that it spoils anything, because people can just guesstimate, but the Sand Snakes and the involvement of Dorne That's going to escalate, and it's going to bother me because I don't need to see more sand snakes.
I'm done with them.
I would say I would look forward to not seeing any more of the sand snakes. Because they just kind of they were really heavy-handed with that.
Yeah. That the way they went out with what you need is a bad pussy. That was nope.
And you can ask one of the you can ask any one of the girls hey, what do you want for dinner? And she'll answer with a story about her childhood.
Vengeance. I want vengeance.
Oh my god.
So, it's 2:59.
We're going to have to wrap up.
All right,
Okay.
so what have we covered? We talked about politics, we talked about religion,
Sports.
we talked about sports, we talked about fundamental human rights, all that noise.
Yeah, the really critical stuff.
Any other comments you want to end off on? Anything controversial? Like the word controversial and not controversial?
That's not controversial. That's just
I
wrong.
find that a bit
No,
controversial.
just wrong.
Shall we end on a harmonious thank you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, we don't really count down.
Not actual harmonious?
No, actual. Well, I mean,
No, well, I mean,
No,
we'll
I'm
count
here.
down.
We can't do that.
okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
That was pretty solid. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
That was better than expected.
Yeah.
I'll see
All
you
right.
guys later.
All right,
Love
Love
everyone.
you.
Bye.
Bye. Forever.
God.